All right, if I can have everyone's attention, we will continue our media availability here at Richmond International Raceway. We now welcome Jeffrey Earnhardt, driver of the number 5 CorvetteParts.net Chevrolet in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Jeffrey, this is your first start for JR Motorsports, 16th overall series start in the Nationwide Series. Talk a little bit about being here this weekend at Richmond and your new ride.
Just being here at Richmond and having this opportunity with JR Motorsports is more than exciting to me. First time being here at this track, aside from coming and running about 10 laps in a late model, but first time actually coming here and competing, so that's exciting. It's always cool to come to a new track and feel like you got something new, something more to conquer than just running a successful race. So just excited to be here and being a part of JRM and having such a solid car underneath me.
All right, we'll take it. Questions for Jeffrey, please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. And as always, please state your name and affiliation. We'll start right here in the middle with Stan.
Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Jeffrey, you're the grandson of one of the most famous names in all of NASCAR history. What does that mean to you, and does it put any pressure on you whatsoever?
Obviously, to be a part of something so great is a huge honor, and I hope I can carry, the Earnhardt name as well as I possibly can, and it is pressure, but it seems like over the years it's something that I've kind of, been able to deal with a lot better than I would have thought. And everyone always expects you to come to the track and be one of the fastest or to win the race, and it's not always like that. I'm out here learning just like everyone else, and so that kind of pressure is only pressure if you let it get to you. And I know what my capabilities are, and I know where I need to improve. And me as a driver, I got a long way to go, and that's just going to take seat time. And that's my main goal this year, is to get as much seat time as possible, and make that learning curve as big as I can. But having the last name Earnhardt is definitely pressure, but I try not to let it get to me.
Okay, questions for Jeffrey? Raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. Any other questions?
Crickets.
Well, Paul?
Hey, Jeffrey, Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch. You say getting seat time is important. How much seat time does a guy need to feel comfortable and to be ready to compete to win?
Honestly, I feel like every single day. The more you can be in a car, the more you're going to learn, the better you're going to make yourself as a driver and sharpen your skills. It's just like any other sport out there. The more you practice, the better you get. The more you find little things here and there that you can improve on, and same with racing. And obviously it takes sponsors and lots of dollars to be able to go test and run all these laps and run one-off late model races like a lot of these guys do. I know Kyle Larson races almost every day, it seems, and it shows on the track. He's one of the best drivers out here, and he's 20 years old or however old he is. So to be able to put yourself in a car as much as possible and get as much seat time as you can is just the big key to being successful in this sport.
Okay, any question more? Okay, Stan, follow up, and then.
I just got to thinking, and I remember your grandfather and your father and such always working hard when they weren't racing, okay? And it wasn't always on their race car and everything. Is your life very much similar to that? You have this life that you have to work hard at prior to finally getting at the racetrack?
These days, just finding the sponsors is almost a full-time job, if not more. I stay on more often trying to find sponsors than I do being going at the racetrack. So being at the racetrack to me is kind of relaxing compared to the business side of the sport. And I haven't ever really when I got my deal at DEI, everyone always said things were given to me and stuff, and that I kind of took pretty hard and wanted to prove everybody that I earned to be where I am today. And the past 3 years or so, I've kind of, gone off on my own and done it my own way, and, learned a lot and made myself a lot smarter on the business side of the sport, and made me appreciate, this opportunities like this one today.
Okay, so I should follow that up. I should follow that up by saying, how do you expect to finish tonight? Because you've made it pretty clear this is going to be a challenge for you today. How do you? I know you hope to win, but how do you expect to finish deep inside?
I think everyone's goal, including juniors, is to go and run a successful race and take what the car can give me, and that's kind of the approach I've took to every race so far this year, even over at Go Green. We go into the race knowing that we don't have the best car, and we make the best of it. In this case, we have a car capable of winning, but not exactly the driver. As I said earlier, I've got a long way to go, driver talent-wise, before Brad Kozlowski or Regan Smith or one of these guys out here that's racing on Sundays. They race on Sunday for a reason, and so it's just going to take more seat time, as I said, and making myself better. But I feel we're every bit capable. After practice, I feel we're every bit capable of being in a top 10, if not a top 5 car, by the end of the race on tomorrow night.
Okay, Jay, you're welcome. Do you have a question right here?
Charlie Leffa, Richmond Suburban Newspapers. You said you had 10 laps on this track. Going out there now, are you back to square one, or can you get anything out of those 10 laps?
Just a simple fact, because I personally had never even been to this track, so I couldn't have even told you how to get in the tunnel. But so just coming and being here for that late model test a couple weeks ago was a huge plus, and then the fact of being able to get in the car for the 10 laps was real big. I know Regan, he's helped me a lot with telling me the key points on the track that you need to try and hit, and to be able to come and see it with him, going around in the rental car and then getting in the late model after he got done testing it, and actually getting to experience what it's like to be out on the track was a huge help. I mean, we were like the third car out, and I felt like I was right in it, right off the bat. So obviously not up to speed, but had a good idea of where we needed to be and what line to run and stuff like that. So coming here and just doing the little things like that, even going over notes that Regan had over his past few years of running here with him back at the shop was a huge help to me to be able to understand what the track's going to do, what the car's going to do, and what to expect come time of the race tomorrow night.
Any final questions for Jeffrey? All right, Jeffrey, thank you very much for your time today, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.